Our Torah portion this week, the Va-Yeishev, begins the story of Joseph and his family. From chapter 37 of Genesis until the end of the book, we are presented with a very compact and beautiful story of the relationship between Joseph and his siblings and his father. It begins with two dreams that Joseph has and decides to share with his brothers. Dreams of sheaves of grain and also stars in the sky, bowing down to a larger sheaf or to the sun, and quite clear from the interpretation of the dream that his brothers and even his father will eventually be bowing down to him. A brave, audacious dream to share with your siblings, but it's a way for the Torah to present to us and foreshadow for us the story that is about to happen. It's also quite clear that it's not just a story, but it's rather a teaching of how God is active behind the scenes, directing everything that happens in the lives of our patriarchs. And by extension, the theology the Torah wants us to understand is that God continues to work behind the scenes, directing our lives today. This is the traditional theology of Judaism. We believe in God not only as the Creator, but God all-powerful, all-knowing, directing events in life for good and for bad, and we have some degree of control by performing the mitzvot and doing good deeds and behaving as morally and ethically as possible. If we do those things, then we can influence God in how God would be directing events in our life. That is, as I said, the traditional theology and a traditional understanding of how life works from a Jewish perspective. But that is not the only way to understand God today. Modern Jewish theologians have other understandings of God that go against what the Torah presents. And that doesn't mean that they are not Jewish, it just means that they are alternative. They are responding to the world around us today, just as the traditional theology does, but in a different way. So, for example, theology that I have presented over the years in sermons in our congregation present the idea that God is the Creator and God is all-powerful, but God has decided to step back and leave the world to the forces of nature and leave humanity to the forces of goodwill in order to ensure that we work towards tikkun olam, making the world a better place. The Torah portion should be a challenge to us. Do we believe in this theology? What is our theology? How do we understand our relationship to God? As long as the idea is, as traditional Jews, we need to believe in God, and that belief should inspire us and challenge us and make us into better people. Whether it's the traditional theology, whether it's one of the many modern theologies, that is what our goal is supposed to do for us, to make us better people and inspire us in belief in God. Shabbat Shalom.